Hey guys, welcome back to Afternoon Garage. One of the things I want to take care of is lighting underneath the dash. So when you kind of get in at night, it gets a little dark, and I'll show you that. So you can see here, you open the door. Yeah, it's pretty dark underneath there. So let's put something underneath there, maybe something underneath the door to illuminate maybe a little bit underneath the door. I know they're doing that a lot nowadays. And we'll start there and see if that fixes our problem. Found myself at the door panel. So what I'm going to do now is take the door panel off, and I'm going to put ghost or puddle lights underneath the door. So when you open up the door, that it shines a logo and allows you a little bit of light so you can get in easy. And these have a logo in them, so I kind of figured out where I want to put these things, and then we'll take the door panel apart. And I hear that the interior switch is within the door for the interior lights, so I have some wires to probe and look at, and I think it's probably a switch in the forward part of the door here, so something we can tap into. But from what I understand, it grounds when the door's open, so what we're going to need to do is run a hot wire into the door to power the puddle lights. Now for this, it's simple. You just pull the finger on the bottom of the tab, kind of pop that on the bottom, push the whole thing out. Get yourself a screwdriver and push the tab in the middle. So that's kind of a catch. So you have to kind of pull it so it snaps a little bit, lift it up and out. Sometimes you can get in from this side too and pry downwards and just take that off. Now from the back of the door panel, kind of want to drill right in the middle of your door panel here, you can see, and then just you want to kind of squeeze past that foam there. So this can be rotated within the door. Probably want to do that before. Well, I figured out a few things about this door. There is no door switch on the sill or back here like there usually is on any other car I've pretty much ever worked on. Your switch is actually right here. So what I did was I hooked the battery back up and then exercised the switch and made it latch, and saw the interior light went off, and then I opened it, latch back up with the door open, of course, and the light came on. So the switch is back in here, so here's your wiring for that. We want to tap this line for our ghost light. Unfortunately, it's not going to provide the right signal. It's closed, so it's essentially ground when the door is closed and it opens when the door is open. So that's kind of the inverse of what we need. And rather than run some power in there, and I could use a PNP transistor, you know, some kind of a circuit in there to reverse that polarity problem. What you don't want to do is install a relay in there, because the relay is going to be closed all the time. It's not going to work out for your battery, that's for sure. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it to the dome light, and I can tap that circuit at the BCM. That comes out of the BCM here. Did a little research and found out what connector, and that's provided 12 volts. So then really all I have to do is run that line to the door and then ground to the door frame. So get yourself a tool on this. There we go. And pull the connectors out. There you go. Now you have access to this whole thing. You can pull this out, and I think we'll just take it all apart and run our wires inside of here. Here we are on the passenger door. Got the wire loom out, the hard plastic wire loom. So we're gonna run the wire from here, kind of tape it up a little bit, and run it through here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, with all the wiring that goes in, that's on the outside of the firewall, I'm going to take and put it inside the loom, tape the loom back up again, because I don't want any stray wires. I really don't. This one thing I look for when I buy cars is I look for a wire that's been zip tied to another wire, and then find out what kind of work's been done to the car, because sometimes some of that work is kind of shoddy and it just kind of shows. So we'll just do the best we can. Underneath the dash going into the, you can see the BCM here, and we'll take the wire right through, and we'll just use this to pull wire right down there, go down the wire loom to the BCM. The pin we need is on this connector, and the reason we chose this location is because it's the actual output for the theater lighting, so it'll dim. Here you have the BCM. The pin is right there. I've taken the cover off, so you can see it's the third one in. Okay, we're ready to start wiring this up, and we'll pull that loom apart, and we'll run the wire through with a piece of wire, with fish wire, and all I really need is my safety glasses, and I'm going. There we go. Let's get to work. You want to tape up your wires every 2 to 3 inches. I chose some gray and yellow wire because gray is the point of termination. So that is the gray wire is actually the courtesy light, and yellow is a GM. It's always standard for GM, directly to the battery. And keep on going up the wire, and then eventually you're going to come to a spot where you're going to have to fish wire through. Take this wire, put a bend in the end. You'll have to take some tape off here. Gonna put a loop in it like that. Then you kind of want to help it on through. There it is. I'm gonna slice this convoluted tubing up and get a new piece of tubing on there, but at this point, when the wire exits the vehicle, we can go back in underneath the dash. And this is the driver's side, so ran it through there, taped it up nicely. Pull this, pull this feed through out so you can get the wire through the other side. I'm gonna put some LEDs in here, and I use this LED channel. It's for a strip light, and it's quite wide. It's like 15 millimeters wide. It'll take a real wide WS2812 lights. And don't expect this stuff to stay on here with a LED strip, because it's not. Even if you can zip tie it every couple inches, it's still going to come down eventually. So that piece of channel here left over, so I'm going to use this on this side. I've kind of marked it right here, and that should be plenty for the for the driver's side. So to cut this stuff, use a razor saw. There you go, that produces a real nice clean cut, and then I have clear cover too. I also have a diffused color lens that I can put on this, but since it's not going to be, you're not going to be getting any angles of this because it's going to be hiding underneath this right here. I just used the clear to get the most light transmission. There you go, some nice clean cuts on there. So there's some ends on these, and put the end caps on and seal them up, and should be good to go. There we go, that's for the driver's side. And that's the passenger side. Don't forget to make your splices for your footwell lights. Woven braid and cloth electrical tape. There we are after we got the wiring done. Looks pretty good. Looks like I hardly was even in here. So, hey guys, this is one of the cooler things I've ever done. Kind of like it. So, open the door here and see. I know there's full light, but you can see there's a Pontiac logo there and a little bit of this. So, yeah, I think they look pretty good. And I think that's going to be well worth my trouble. Glad I did it. I'd do it again. You guys, like and subscribe. And remember, you can do all things.